guys, how you doing? It's Byron Vick with Big Time Roofing. In today's video, we're going to go over the pros and the cons of OSB and plywood. So to start, we'll start over here with OSB. We'll start with a pro, obviously the price. So OSB is always going to be a little bit cheaper than plywood. So that's always good. If you're having to redeck your entire house and you're choosing between the two, especially nowadays with the prices for plywood and OSB where they're at, this can be a much cheaper option than plywood. Another pro is it's considered to be more environmentally friendly. Reason being is because it uses small wood shavings instead of larger trees that need to have thin sheets laid out. So you can use smaller trees that are able to grow faster to create OSB than you can plywood. And another pro is it's considered to be very versatile. So you can use it all over the place. It's the standard option for roofers. Some cons of it: it swells with water. So if you have a roofer that doesn't know what he's doing and he's going to install a roof that's going to leak, no good, because it holds on to water. It absorbs water a little slower than plywood does, but it dries out from having water exposure much slower than plywood does. And it has no finished look. When it comes to roofing, this doesn't matter that much unless you were gonna finish your attic and not put drywall in or something like this. But if the aesthetics of the OSB is something that's a hang up for you, then not having that finished look is definitely going to be a con. On the plywood side, a pro is it has a clean finished look, so that's what we were just talking about here. It has that clean finished look, so if you're looking up in your attic and you see the bottom side of it, it's going to be a lot smoother, look a lot better than the bottom side of OSB. It does not swell with water, so when plywood is exposed to water, it does not swell up. It takes in the water, it absorbs the water, but it dries out much faster than the OSB, so you don't run into situations where the wood starts to warp. You'll see warping in OSB a lot. That's why you'll see waves in people's roofs. It's where the OSB underneath has been exposed to water and it's started to warp, and so it's wavy. And another pro is it no longer contains formaldehyde. So now when they put pieces of plywood together, they don't use formaldehyde, the same things that they embalm bodies with. So that's always a good thing, not to have formaldehyde in your home. The cons of plywood are it's more expensive. Today it's kind of substantially more expensive. It's a bit worse for the environment. That's what we were referring to over there. You gotta have bigger trees, which means they have to grow longer. And then when you cut them down, it takes longer for them to grow back. So they say it's a little bit less environmentally friendly, and it's less durable. So OSB, you can kind of kick it around a little bit and it's still gonna be fine. Plywood, you start kicking it around, it can come undone, and you can have basically the sheets that are all put together, they can start coming undone and unraveled, and it looks unsightly and it's not very functionally good anymore. So that's really the difference between OSB and plywood. They're both good products, but we install a lot more OSB than we do plywood. If someone has plywood on their house already and they'd rather us use plywood than OSB, we absolutely will, but it comes with a higher price tag. So if you're having to redeck your house or you're getting your house re-roofed and there's some spots that have been exposed to water, you know you're gonna have to replace, you can see it from inside your attic, or there's soft spots that your roofer's pointed out to you, this video will help you choose between whether you want to put plywood or OSB on it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Follow us on Facebook, on LinkedIn at Big Time Roofing LLC, and subscribe to our YouTube page. We're going to be putting up a lot more of this kind of content. Thanks, guys.